What's up, guys? Master Joda here, back with another Clash Royale video. Today we're going to be playing a little bit of Royal Giant. This is one of the most meta Royal Giant decks in the game. You can substitute in the skeletons for the E-Wiz, but most of the time it's seen with either the Mega Minion or the E-Wiz in there. But if you want a little faster cycle, you can put the skeletons in there and it's just as good pretty much. But let's go ahead and get on into some of this gameplay and see why this deck is so broken. So getting into this first matchup, we're going to be playing one of the most meta Royal Hog decks in the game. It's the one with the Royal Recruits, Flying Machine, Goblin Cage. You know the deal. It's a pretty broken deck, but the deck we're playing is also pretty broken, so we can't say much. He does have the poison in there instead of the fireball, so that was just a little bit odd. But I guess he was trying to have a harder counter against graveyard matchups or something like that. But, yeah, let's see how this matchup plays out, guys. We're going to start off with the RG in the back. Just feeling a little bit aggressive, maybe. We usually don't start off with RG in the back because you can kind of get punished a little bit hard with the P.E.K.K.A. But we weren't too worried about it. But we did end up getting punished. But let's see how we get back into this game, guys. We're going to get a little bit of chip on that right side. We're just going to kind of ignore those Royal Hogs. We know we can't defend them well. And we don't want to drop anything into a fireball, so we just go ahead and ignore that left side and see if we can't get like a tower trade situation right here with the E-Barbs. And look at all that damage they're getting. E-Barbs just ridiculous right now, guys. If you don't have those leveled up, you definitely need to focus on leveling up E-Barbs. They're either the first or second best card in the game, right up there with the Mother Witch. So, yeah, just a great card to upgrade right now, and it's a common. So, yeah, definitely need to focus on E-Barbs if you don't play them and if you're trying to, you know, push higher up in ladder. So, we're going to go ahead and be a little aggressive with that RG. We don't really care too much about him coming king side, aggressive on the king side. So, that's why we went in with an aggressive RG there, because we know we have the fireball to, you know, play defense for us right there. That's going to get some great value. The fireball on the log there is going to be able to defend pretty well. And we're going to have both towers shooting on his troops if he's going for the king tower. So we're going to be able to pull off a pretty good defense. Royal Giant, guys, is just amazing in a one-on-one tower trade situation. You know, just because you can go in with the RG in the pocket and get crazy amount of damage. So here we're just going to slow roll a Mother Witch in the back and see if we can't get a pretty good comeback here. He's only got about 1,000 damage left on our king tower, so we can't really afford that much damage. But we do have a little bit of wiggle room. We're gonna get a nice log on those Royal Recruits and those Zappies. You take that kind of log value wherever you can get it, guys. And we're gonna cycle back to another Mother Witch, get those hogs pumping out. And we're gonna go ahead and fireball that Flying Machine just because it's really aggravating to deal with. And we know he's about to go in the Royal Hog, so we got our E-Barbs ready for that. And also the log to deal with those Zappies. And he's going to go with a pretty aggressive poison. Not really good poison because it wasn't even close to finishing off our tower. So this is going to pretty much cost him the game here, guys. We go in with a Heal Spirit for our E-Barbs and a RG right there in the pocket, supported by a Mother Witch. And we're going to be able to get a good fireball on those Zappies, and the Mother Witch and the E-Barbs are going to get the job done there. So we hit him with a big brain emote, and let's go on to the next one, guys. So in this matchup, we're going to be playing a pretty popular bridge spam deck, Ram Rider. It's got a lot of legendaries. This deck's been around for a while, so it's a pretty solid deck. Got the Magic Archer, Lumberjack in there, the Bandit, I think the Inferno Drag, if I'm not mistaken. So Inferno Drag is going to be his best answer to the RG right behind the Lumberjack. So we're going to have that fireball ready to reset, and also our E-Wiz to reset that Inferno Drag. But early game, we're just going to kind of play defense for the most part because you can get punished really hard in single elixir by bridge spam. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. Okay, he's going to go with the Magic Archer there. I think he's going to fireball. Okay, yep, he goes in with the fireball. And he goes down with the Inferno Drag. We actually pre-placed that fireball, guys. If we would have seen, we should have kind of expected that he had something like an Inferno Drag. So that was my misplay there. We could have got a lot of damage there if we would have just waited just a little bit longer for him to drop something else. But yeah, we learn from those mistakes and get better for the next time. So we're going to get a little bit of chip damage on his tower with the E-Wiz there, and it's about an even game right now. He does have a pretty nice elixir lead on us, but not too big of a deal since we do have those E-Barbs and the Fisherman to defend his Ram Rider. So he's going at us with a Ram Rider. We're going to go with E-Barbs. We're splitting up our troops, guys, so he can't get like massive fireball damage, but he does get pretty good value with those E-Barbs, with the fireball and those E-Barbs. And this Hill Spirit right here is going to force out a Bar Barrel. And since he's got that Bandit behind the Barbarian, we're going to have to go in with an E-Wiz to block that damage. And we're getting close to double elixir now. And he's got about a 500 damage advantage on us. But the advantage is about to tilt a little bit more in my favor here in double elixir, just because I'm always going to have pretty good answers for him. The Log, the E-Barbs, and the Fisherman. And right here, guys, as you can see, we kind of waited a little bit for that fireball, and our RG was able to get 2 big hits. And we were able to get some damage on that Lumberjack and the Inferno Drag. And pay attention, guys, to how I placed that Heal Spirit. I waited for him to drop his fireball because I knew it was coming, and then I healed up those Elite Barbarians, and it almost healed them pretty much back to full, about 3/4. Not the best RG there, but he had just dropped his he had went a little aggressive on us. Sorry about that. He went a little bit aggressive on us, so that's why I went in with that RG there. And I had my fireball in cycle, so I thought I was going to be able to get a little bit more damage than we did, but not that big of a deal. Right here, we got the Log for that Ram Rider coming. So, yeah, we got a good Heal Spirit there. Heal Spirit's a really big card in this deck, guys. Most of the time, you want to try and combo it with either your E-Barbs or your Royal Giant. And, yeah, guys, he just... Once we started timing our fireballs with his best answer for our Royal Giant there, which was the Inferno Drag, he just didn't have the best answers, so we were able to win that one. Let's go ahead and get on into the next one. So for this last matchup, we actually have pretty much a mirror match. I think he has the Mega Minion in there instead of the E-Wiz, which is a perfectly fine substitute. It might even be better. But I just personally prefer the E-Wiz. It's one of my favorite cards in the game. And I like being able to deal with Sparky with it and stuff like that. And having a reset for, Inferno Tower, Inferno Drag, stuff like that. So that's why I throw that E-Wiz in there. But it's just kind of personal preference. He goes with a Fisherman there, and it's not really good to go with a Fisherman that early in the game because you can get punished like he's going to get. Because I know even if he drops something to... He had to drop something right there for our Mother Witch. So I knew that Fisherman was going to pull our Royal Giant away from his defense. But we are going to get punished a little bit hard here. But let's see how we climb back into this one. Not the best fireball there, guys. I actually should have went with that E-Wiz instead. But I was kind of panicking at the moment. And getting pretty mad here. That I made that mistake, so we're going to throw a couple of BM emotes in there. Not too big of a deal, but we are a little frustrated because we have a pretty big deficit here, and we're playing against RG, so he's got a pretty big advantage on us already. So we're kind of a little bit in a bad mood. Don't think we're going to be able to come back, but let's see how we claw our way back into this one. So he's got the Mega Minion coming at us. And let's see what we do next. So we got just a little bit lucky with timing there, guys. He went with the RG in the back, and we placed the RG on the right side about the same time. And I knew he was going to have to play something to try and defend, so we placed a Fisherman to suck his defense away. And this Fisherman right here, guys, gets massive value. It takes out his Fisherman, and as I was telling you earlier, you really got to get good value out of that Heal Spirit. I used that Heal Spirit on that Fisherman, and it was able to take out his Fisherman and his Mother Witch. And just that massive value that Fisherman got for us brought us back in the game. He went with a pretty aggressive Royal Giant on the left side, and we had our E-Barbs up. and a log and E-Barbs took out his Royal Giant, his E-Barbs, and a Heal Spirit. So that was like an 8 for 13 elixir trade there. So that was a really big transaction. And we're going to end up tower swapping here, I think. I think he's going to Fireball and Log, if I'm not mistaken, because I do pull his E-Barbs there. Oh, sorry about that, guys. But yeah, we do end up tower swapping here, but he just had to, like, he got in such a bad position from that massive elixir transaction because I defended his Royal Giant, his E-Barbs, and Heal Spirit with just E-Barbs and Log. So that transaction right there put us so far ahead in elixir, and he had to dump so much. He had to dump 6 elixir to take out our right side tower, and he just had no answer for that RG on the left. So we were able to get 2 towers to his 1 and come out with that W there, guys. And that's actually going to end the video for today, guys. Just a really awesome deck. I know it is a little bit legendary heavy. You got 4 legendaries, but the log is not going to be that big of a deal. Just as long as you have it, level 11 or level 12, depending on what King Tower level you are. Just as long as you have the log a little bit leveled up. The Mother Witch, I know it's a new card, but you do have those magic tokens that are, helping speed up progress a lot more in the game. But yeah, guys, it is kind of a legendary heavy deck, so I'm sorry about that if you are free to play and don't have a lot of legendaries. But anyways, guys, it's just a really solid deck. If you do have the cards leveled up or pretty leveled up, even if they're a little bit under-leveled, you got to remember you have the RG and the E-Barbs in this deck, which are 2 of the best cards in the game, and they are both commons, so you do have that going for you, even if you don't have the legendaries that leveled up. So you got to keep that in mind, that you, even if you have your legendaries a little bit under-leveled, since that RG and the E-Barbs are common cards, and they are going to be carrying most of the weight in this deck, you can still pull out some pretty awesome dubs with this deck, guys. So just give it a try. Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe, like, share the video, guys. Anything like that helps a bunch. I'm trying to get this channel started up. We're going to start adding some live gameplay in here soon once I get my webcam up and rolling with the microphone that I just got. So yeah, guys, looking forward to that. If you didn't enjoy any of the content that you saw, please leave that in the comments below, what you think I could have done better, and I'll try and get better for the next video and keep you guys interested. But until then, see you soon, guys.